Hey again, thanks for tuning into the channel. So today I just wanted to answer a question. What does he mean? There's a lot of dark sentences and parables that are used in the Gospels that give allusion to something that was previously mentioned in the law of God, in the Torah. So I want to do a lot of these small videos to take these verses and quickly be able to explain what these mean. One of the ones that is commonly brought up is that in Matthew chapter 7, verse 13 through 15, when it says, "Strait is the gate, narrow is the way that leads to life, and few there be that find it." The same parabolic phrase is used in Luke chapter 13 when Peter asks the question, "Are there few be saved?" And his response is the same thing that you'll find in Matthew chapter 7. He says, "Strive to enter in at the strait gate, for many will seek to enter in and will not be able." So what does he mean by this? Again, to understand this, you have to understand that all these phrases in the Gospels are being used in a parabolic sentence. And all these riddles, all these parables have the pretextual meaning hidden in the Torah, in the law of God. So if we want to understand what this means, we have to know the law of God. The law of God is what gives us wisdom and understanding. This is what Moses told us in the beginning. He said, "This is your wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations." So what is he referring to? What is the strait gate? What is the narrow road? And why is there few that find it? Look at Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 32. It says, "You shall observe to do therefore as Jehovah your God has commanded you. You shall not turn aside to the right hand nor to the left. You shall walk in all the ways that Jehovah your God has commanded you, that ye may live, and that it may be well with you, and that you may prolong your days in the land which you possess." So you can see here what he is saying in Deuteronomy chapter 5 is that if you keep the commandments, if you don't turn to the right or to the left, walk on that narrow path, keep my commandments, what he is saying is you will live. This is exactly what Jesus is alluding to, that if you keep the commandments, you will live. This is a precept found throughout all of the law, as that life is found through obedience to the commandments that God has given. They are life. Look at Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 1. "All the commandments which I command you this day, ye shall observe to do, that ye may live and multiply, and go in and possess the land which Jehovah sware unto your fathers." Proverbs 4, verse 4. "He taught me also and said unto me, Let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments and live." Proverbs 7, verse 2. "Keep my commandments and live, and my law is the apple of your eye." So we can see here that the basic precept and idea being presented here is that you should keep the commandments, therefore you will enter into life. But why does he say few will find it? Remember, he says many are called, but few are chosen. Why does he say that few find it? Why does he say few are chosen? The answer to this allusion, and the answer to this parabolic phrase in this dark sentence, can be found in Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. "For thou art a holy people unto Jehovah thy God, and Jehovah thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, unto all people that are upon the face of the earth." Jehovah did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people, but you were the fewest of all people. And this is exactly why Jesus says, Matthew chapter 22, verse 14, it says, "Many are called, but few are chosen." So it's your choice. You can walk in the commandments that leads into life, or you can disobey those commandments that lead to death. Moses always gave us a choice, and you'll find throughout the Torah, in Deuteronomy chapter 11, starting verse 16, and Deuteronomy chapter 30 that we'll look at right here as a post. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 15, "See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil. And that I command thee this day to love Jehovah thy God, and to walk in his ways, and to keep the commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that you may live and multiply. And Jehovah thy God shall bless thee in the land whither thou go to possess it." The problem that we see today is that we are told that nobody can keep the law. This is not true. This idea that nobody can keep the commandments and the law is not true. In fact, Moses told us not to say such things. In the very same chapter in Deuteronomy chapter 30, starting in verse 11, this idea is shot down by Moses. He commands the people and he tells the people, do not give an excuse and say you can't do the commandments. Look at verse 11 in Deuteronomy chapter 30. It says, "For this commandment which I command thee this day, it is not too hard for you, neither is it far off. It is not in heaven, that you should say, Who shall go up for us to heaven and bring it to us, that we may hear it and that we may do it? Neither is it beyond the sea, that you should say, Who shall go over to the sea for us and bring it unto us, and make us to hear it, that we may do it? But the word is very nigh unto thee, and in thy mouth and in thy heart, that you may do it." So now we can understand this parabolic phrase. Remember, all these phrases that are used in the Gospels are used as a dark sentence. You have to be able to understand them by using the pretextual understanding that was given in the law of God. If we do not have the law, we do not have life. So I give you a choice: in obedience to the law to follow into life, or disobedience that leads to death. But in the pathways of righteousness, there is no death. It is always your choice. I hope this helps you and clears up the phrase today that was given. Strait is the gate, narrow is the way that leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. The choice is yours. Thanks again. I'll see you on another video.